So you wanna know what the best Colossal sword in Elden Ring is after the newest patch? Boy! We're going to start off with D tier, the garbage of the earth. For the honors of the worst Colossal sword in Elden Ring, we have the Troll Knight's sword. It's got average range and damage, its moveset is fine, but it's shit. Because the Ash of War is almost never useful. The wind-up takes forever and the damage along with the range is so not worth it. Plus the weapon does split damage, which is never good. These weapons are kinda boring but are still usable. Troll's Golden Sword. It's the same as the Troll Knight's sword, but it doesn't deal split damage. And you can change the garbage Ash of War to something that is actually useful. But it's kinda ugly and doesn't do anything cool. Next up is the Watchdog's Greatsword. It's slightly better than the Troll's sword, but it's still not very good. It's the most average of all the Chungus swords, so I would ignore this one completely. And I don't even know where you get this, and I won't even bother looking up. It also doesn't get any points for style. Coming up next is the Grafted Blade Greatsword. I get it. It's a George R.R. Martin sword. It looks cool and does good damage. But it does nothing that well. It's slightly longer than your average leprechaun, but it's also slightly shorter than your average colossal sword. The Ash of War is unique, but so boring that it sleeps the enemy along with you. If you use this sword, I don't blame you, because the first time you come across this is probably at a time in the game where you don't have any cool weapons yet. And this one is pretty unique and stylish. Now we're starting to get to some of the more unique weapons. B tier starts off with the Zweihander. It's got average damage and such, but it stands out in its range. This is a long boy. You can also select the Ash of War for it, so that's cool as well. Otherwise, it's your standard Colossal sword. It does get bonus points for being the classical From Software sword, but I wouldn't put it any higher than this. This next one might be a surprise, but it's a Maliketh's Black Blade. It's so painfully average, and then someone slapped split damage on it, making it kinda ass. Its Ash of War is cool and all, but it locks you in place for such a long time, and I don't think the damage is good enough. The effect it puts on enemies is nice, and it looks pretty cool too, but I still don't think it deserves A tier. These are weapons that actually tickle the funny bone. To start off A tier is the Royal Greatsword. It looks super nice. It has a flashy Ash of War that does good damage and has Frostbite. Sadly though, it has split damage again. Like, why do they put split damage everywhere? It's such a bummer. And a massive bonus for this sword is that the wolf guy uses it as his weapon. And he is super fucking cool. Next up is Star Scourge Greatswords. I like them a lot, but they're way too slow. The Ash of War is super fucking nice, and so is the damage. They're a bit short though, which can get you into tricky situations. Plus they are Chadan's swords, so that gets it bonus points. They also look clean as hell. Last one in A tier is the Ruin's Greatsword. It's my favorite micro penis of a colossal sword, and by that I mean it's short. Again with the split damage. Why do they keep doing that? Well, it's fine, because the Ash of War is so good at clearing groups of enemies. You can also just destroy bosses that get staggered by it. They do not stand any chance against Ruin's Greatsword. And the Ash of War kinda looks like the asshole of Earth opening up to fart lean. So that's kinda cool. I very much like this weapon, only for its Ash of War and nothing else really. Greatsword! It's a big sword and my caveman brain like. It do big damage and is long, plus any ash. And the best and most unique colossal sword in Elden Ring is the Godslayer's Greatsword. It looks like one of those Twister popsicles, but this one you don't wanna suck on, although I bet it does taste good. The moveset is very unique and kinda goopy, and I don't think any other weapon has this moveset. The Ash of War does so much damage, it's insane, plus it looks so good. It's also very stylish, and I'm a sucker for all things Black Flame. Anyway, that's the video. Do like and subscribe so I don't have to get a real job, and goodbye.